Hi everyone, my name is Xolani. I'm an analyst in advisory. So today I'll be sitting with Anele, and we'll just be chatting about, her journey from high school, varsity, and into employment. So yeah, thanks for joining me, Anele.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Nah, all good, man. So, I went through your LinkedIn, right? Very brief, very straight to the point. St. John's College.
St. John's DSG.
St. John's DSG.
Yes.
Cool.
The one in Johannesburg.
UCT.
Yes.
Then after UCT, went to you had your own business, I think.
I was working with a family business.
Okay.
In a family business.
Yeah.
Just helping out there. I was studying at the same time.
Okay.
But helping out where I can, because I do have a business mindset.
Nice.
So automatically I gravitate towards helping the family businesses and coming up with new ideas and marketing of it and so forth.
Cool. And then you went to a bank.
Yes.
And then ended up in audit.
Yes.
So let's take it back. Let's go to grade 8.
Yes.
Tell me about Anele in grade 8, her plans for her future, and what influenced you getting to UCT and choosing the course that you chose.
So my mom basically put the idea into my head to be a chartered accountant. She saw that I was mathematically inclined from junior school, and she said, okay, be an actual scientist or chartered accountant. And for some reason, chartered accountancy stuck with me.
Yeah.
So when we were doing all the career days and so forth in high school, I was already telling everyone I want to be a chartered accountant.
True.
And then when I actually started doing accounting, I'm not sure if I was biased towards the fact that I've been already saying that I want to be a chartered accountant, or if I just fell in love with it. But I think it was maybe both. But did very well in accounting, absolutely loved it, helped other people where I could. And I knew that's what it was for me, and that's what it was going to be for me. UCT, how I ended up at UCT was a matter of wanting to go to the best university in South Africa.
Makes sense.
I was a very high achiever at that point and very determined and very much like I want the best or nothing.
Yeah.
And for me at that point, that was the best, and that's what I went ahead with. Applied to UCT and then applied to WITS for sort of like a safety score or like a backup plan. I got accepted into WITS I think 4 days after applying.
Okay.
So then I stopped applying because I have my backup plan and I'm waiting for my first choice. But yeah, that's how I ended up there.
So now you're there, right? Doing it's a 4-year degree at UCT. Or is it a 3-year, like every other?
Depending what you do with it, or depending what you choose, there's B Business Science, which is 4 years, and then you do your PGDA.
Okay.
Or if you do straight financial accounting, chartered accountancy route, which is in some universities called accounting science. Yeah. That's 3 years then.
So which one did you do?
I did the 3 years.
The 3 year.
Yeah. So I said straight.
Yeah.
Financial accounting, like from day one.
Don't waste time.
Yes.
Cool. And then now you finish, right? After finishing, what happens? Because the traditional route is you do your degree, you do post-grad, and then you get into either an audit firm or you do your articles at a top training office, so out of public practice. So with you,
it was a bit different.
Yeah.
So the first contract I signed, I was in grade 11.
Sure.
I signed with Deloitte when I was in grade 11. And then, so going into university, I already said, okay, cool, I'm going to Deloitte.
Yeah.
But God had other plans.
Yeah.
So a lot of things were happening in my personal life and at home. So I ended up not being successful in third year the first time, the second time, and did it again. That was 3 times, which was very new to me as someone who was such an overachiever and someone who was like, oh, I'll never fail. It's just how well I do, you know? So I had to deal with that and stayed persistent in it and stayed at UCT. And then after that, came to Joburg, decided to move back to Joburg, and did my first attempt at UJ for CTA, not successful, same reasons as before. Second time, not successful, but at that point I was like, I feel very stagnant, so I need to find something to do. I need to find something that's going to make me feel as useful or as confident and as proud as I did before, because that is the person that I was, very confident, very proud of what I'm doing. So that's when I ended up working at a bank. So then I was a banker at Discovery, and I knew that I wasn't going to stay there for long. I knew that I wasn't going to stay there for the year coming after that, because my plan was to start articles. So towards the end of that year, I got the interview with Moore, and a few other interviews as well. But I got the interview with Moore, had a few options on the table for me, and Moore is the one that I decided to choose and went with. I was also signed with EY at the beginning when I had my first attempt for CTA. And because I wasn't successful, then that contract fell away. So in the year that I was working at Discovery, that's when I was now applying and sort of getting back on track, basically picking myself up and making sure that I was persistent, because like I said, I came into grade 8 knowing that this is what I wanted to do. So giving up was never an option for me. So here I am now doing articles and continuing with that journey.
So when you had to choose, right? You chose Moore. So what stood out? You know, why the decision to choose Moore Johannesburg as your training office?
The interview itself, I thought that I was quite comfortable with the person that I was speaking to. So for me, that reflected what the rest of the company would look like, because I mean, that was my first time coming across anyone from Moore. I was trying to find other people that I knew or knew someone that was at Moore, just to get a gist of, okay, what does this person think? But I couldn't find anyone. So I basically went in on somewhat my own accord and what I saw of it. But one of the things that really stood out for me was, before my interview, I was doing research and so forth on what the company is, exactly what they do to get the nitty-gritty. So first of all, answer questions during my interview, ask questions during my interview, and then see what stands out for me. And for me, I saw that there was advisory and consulting, and I saw something of forensic accounting as well, which is something that I'm very interested in. And that's something that I gained interest in when I was working in a bank and saw the fraud side of things in a bank. So the accounting that I already know I want to do and have, and now something that I found interesting in a bank, I then want to do in my career, and then put those two together and just carry on with that and then be a professional in that. So even though the route to being here took longer, I was at Discovery for a reason, to find that passion. So that's what I'm grateful for now, coming here. And then another thing that made me choose Moore is that when I was at Discovery, I went to the CFO of the bank, and we were just speaking about what's my plan within Discovery, what's my plan outside of Discovery, articles and so forth. And I told him that I'm going to Moore, or that I had signed with Moore, and he's like, oh, that's really good. That was just like the final push, getting it from someone who's a professional and done this for so many years, saying that Moore is a really good company to be in. So that's how I ended up here as well.
And then you sign up for audit articles. So obviously you went through the interview process, you've done your research, so you have a certain expectation, right, of how your article journey will be. and reality versus expectation generally doesn't
Very
match.
different.
You know, so take us through, you know, the expectation versus the reality.
The expectation, I didn't know what to expect.
Okay.
For the first time, normally I do have like sort of an idea.
Yeah.
And then coming into whatever scenario that I think I have an idea of, I'll see that it's not the same. But I remember being nervous and not having an expectation. I think I was so excited to be continuing with my journey more than anything. I was just very excited to, after the years of doing other things and so forth, just coming into a company where I'm now starting my articles, especially because during my interview, I was asked, so if you aren't successful with your CTA this year, would you still want to come in? Of which I don't know that was an option for Moore. So I was excited about that because I didn't think that maybe it was going to be happening so soon. And I also asked if I would then have to go on the 5-year plan if I'm starting before I'm done with my CTA or my PGDA. And I was told no, it's still going to be 3 years. So I was just more excited and grateful more than anything.
Yeah.
And felt as though I found a really good place because a lot of the things that I was looking for or the things that I wasn't sure about were then met in starting here. So I think more than anything, I was just very excited.
Yeah.
I was very grateful. I was happy to be moving forward.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to be one of the few people that are still studying. So now, like, bottom of the food chain, sort of. And on the first day when we got here, when we were introducing ourselves, so many people saying, oh, I'm studying through Moore Park, I'm studying through Moore Park. And I didn't know that so many people would be studying at the same time.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, I'm not out of place. This is going to be normal. There's going to be people that I'm going to relate to a lot.
Yeah.
And also it brought into perspective how different everyone's journey is, as opposed to we've all just finished CTA or PGDA and now starting our first year of articles. So that was very interesting, coming in here the first time. And in terms of how close-knit everyone is, that's also something that I didn't expect. I expected it to be a tough corporate world. But when they say that Moore Johannesburg works hard and plays hard, they weren't joking, because everyone knows everyone, whether you're working with them or not. Everyone knows everyone. It makes it very intimate, very simple to go up to someone and ask when you're not sure. So I know that I'm never going to be alone. If I need to be guided, I'll ask someone. Even though there aren't too many people, you know you'll be able to find people that you relate to, because it seems as though in picking from the people that we're interviewing, it was very intentional, because you can see how everyone gels and gets along. So there definitely was that in mind when people were being signed in here, from my perspective. So it wasn't as it's a hard knock life corporate as I expected it to be, because that's something that I was also nervous about. I'm like, okay, now I'm in the big leagues now. So maybe it's going to be the corporate that we all know it to be, but it really isn't as intimidating as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to make the journey much better.
Sure. Interesting, man. So I guess in closing, who is, from your experience, who is the ideal candidate? Who's the ideal graduate or employee to come and do their articles at Moore? What do you think, which characteristics do you think they need to have for them to be successful in this environment?
Definitely someone who is going to put in their all.
Yeah.
Because there aren't a lot of people here. So what you are doing is going to be noticed. It's going to be seen. So you always need to put your best foot forward, because it's also very fast paced. So you need to always be able to stay on top of everything while giving high quality work. And someone who can also just gel with people, I would say. Someone who can get along with the environment.
The culture.
But then, yes, the culture fit of it as well. But someone who also look into not going the conventional route, because that's what I also found Moore was. It wasn't necessarily the conventional route. The way things are done aren't as conventional as I know them to be in sort of a bigger firm. Someone who wants to not just be a number, and work with people that you could be friends with, but also at the same time know what you're actually here for. Know that you are here to get the work done, that you are here to shine, that you are here to make sure that since your name will be known, that it will be known for something good.
No, cool. I think that's it. Thank you, man, for your time, and yeah, it was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Cool.